We are not going to be live on here too long. Oh, Mother Mirror is live. 44 people watching. Oh, she haven't started it yet either. Okay. It's so funny. Right before I came live, I was like, oh, they got me. Which is exactly what I said in my dream. All right, it's exactly what I said in my dream. I had a dream that my spirit guide was standing right next to me, like he was walking side by side with me, and I was walking down my steps. I was walking down my steps to go to my car, and when I got to my car, my backseat window had been bust out. And I was like, damn, they got me. And they put like a cardboard up or whatever the case is. And so I was like, but there's no glass in the car, so I still could drive the car where I needed to go. And so I've been having dreams about vehicles, about school, about shit, just like movement in general. And my spirit guide has been like in my dream. So I know that I'm like traveling. Anytime I dream of my spirit guide, I'm traveling. I'm out of this. Look, I'm out of this dimension. So anyway, hello. So we are going to talk about Mercury retrograde and the karmic reset, y'all. We are going to talk about Mercury retrograde and the karmic reset. So, dear divine, please bless and charge me with the energy to bring a balance to my complete being, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Everything that is above is below. Everything that is on the outside is on the inside. Please bless this channel and those that come to it. Please guide me with this information that I am getting ready to share about the retrograde. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So please guide me in sharing this information. All right, divine. All right, so we're not doing like a card pull or anything like that. We're strictly talking about the transits and the energy. All right, just the FYI. If you are a practitioner, if you are a spiritual practitioner, this is going to be very important for you. If you are, you know, regular smuggler human being that just deal with energy on a day-to-day, this is going to be very important for you to hear, especially about the Mercury retrograde. So all of the retrogrades this year took place in fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? And they are transiting back to water energy, okay? So they're going back to water energy. So this retrograde that is happening November the 9th, all right, Mercury is going into retrograde November the 9th, y'all, until November 20 something, all right? I'm not gonna, I don't know what the exact day that it ends on. I just know when it begins. It's also gonna play into December as well too. So these next couple months, November, December, and January are very fast moving energies. Okay, fast, like the time is moving extremely fast. And I know this is some time from now. All right, what is it? It is October the 21st. So we have a good 2 weeks. Yeah, we have a good 3 weeks, but it's just best like we get prepared now because there is a karmic reset that's happening right now. And so the retrograde, and I'm just jumping right in because y'all know I don't have a lot of time. The retrograde that's happening in Sagittarius, y'all, this is going to be a really big exposure. Like everybody is going to get exposed. Now, that sounds dramatic. It sounds like negativity. It sounds karmic or whatnot. But this energy is going back into Scorpio, okay? So it it's happening in the ninth house. All right, Mercury is happening in the ninth house, which is your dharma house, your soul's purpose, and there's gonna be death and rebirths. So ever since 2022, all right, anything that was built off of the energy from 2022 until now, it is going to be exposed. Okay, so I took some notes and I am going to share those with you. All right, so first we're going to talk about the karmic reset because that's actually happening right now. Okay, so the karmic reset is more on a cosmic court level, y'all. I've been talking about that. This has a lot to do with Saturn and the nodes resetting into Pisces energy. All right, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Y'all here, we should have some likes on the video. Make sure y'all like the video if y'all want me to continue to share this information, all right, in real time. Even though I'm going to still share it whether y'all like the video or not. Okay, whatever. But it does help the algorithm. You know, don't be a hater. Don't be a stalker. Like the video. All right. What is it hurting you to like a video? Okay. So, Pisces is the last sign. So Saturn, Neptune, and North Node is in Pisces. This is karma dissolving, not resolving, dissolving down to ashes in real time. Okay, so this is you being able to clear your own motherfucking karma. Okay, everybody is born with karma, whether it's good or it's bad or whatever the case is, right? But Pisces being the last sign, and Pisces is a lot of hidden enemies, a lot of hidden intentions, even those things that are positive that you wanted to hide, you don't want to necessarily like share with the world. Spirit is saying, I'm going to push you to share this with the world. So that's also the exposure that's happening in Pisces as well too. All right. Hi Lori. Hello. And hello Alicia. Okay. Hi guys. Rich Rising. Okay, so Pisces is the last sign. The ocean where everything turns, the ocean where everything returns before being reborn. Okay, before being reborn. All right, so we got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And Pisces is the last zodiac sign, but before Pisces, the sign before the water sign before Pisces is Scorpio, y'all. That's the reborn energy, all right, that we're talking about. So right now, Saturn, karma, Neptune, illusion, and then North Node is about your destiny. They're all in Pisces sign, right? This is a spiritual overlap. This is a spiritual overlap. It's this is Saturn is collecting unpaid karmic debts, all right? Meaning the time is up. Like I don't know how else to like come on. You know, it's big granddaddy coming to collect payment. Like, what have you been doing? I need to know exactly what you've been doing. It's almost it's really giving like government intuition. Solutions and all that stuff. Like, it's really giving that. Like, I'm not surprised that the government is shut down. Like, I'm really not. And if you know, this was a time to save. This was a time to like really save, to plan ahead. Saturn tells us to plan. Okay, Saturn it tells us to plan. Depending on what your Saturn placement is in, you really have to plan around your Saturn placement. I have a Saturn Scorpio, so I plan around death and rebirth all the time. Like, anything can end at any moment, and something new can begin. As sure as something ends, I know that something begins. Okay, if you have Saturn in Cancer, but I think most people have Saturn, depending on when you were born, because Saturn isn't a planet that goes very fast or whatnot. It doesn't twist and turn very fast. But like, let's just say if someone has Saturn in Cancer or whatnot, they would need to plan around their home life a lot, or they have Saturn in the fourth house. Let me take it to the houses. Okay, you have Saturn in the fourth house. I have Saturn in the first house, which shows up in my self all the time. So as sure as you guys see me with my hair one particular way, you will see me with my hair another particular way. God knows when. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about myself. What I'm doing, I might be doing something different, next week or week after that, or whatever the case is, depending on what house you have it in as well too. Big energy there. All right. So Neptune is dissolving the illusion you used to hide from. You used to hide from that truth, okay? So Neptune is basically a planet that says, you think that you're like this, but you're really this, okay? It's like all illusions are Maya. Well, Maya is illusions, but it's like everything is Maya. That's really what Neptune talks about. It's about your heart. It's about your really your spiritual path as well too. Like if you are a chaotic demonic energy, it comes out. As much as you try to hide it, it comes out. Especially with Neptune being in Pisces, okay? If you are a spiritual being, or you're being called towards a certain religion or a certain spirituality or a certain belief, with Neptune being in Pisces, that is going to come out. If in these last couple months you start discovering, okay, I have a really close call to ATR religion, into Jainism, into demonology, into Hinduism, all of that is going to start being right in front of your face. Like right in front of your face. Any pantheon, because Neptune is about it's so crazy, because wherever your Neptune, whatever you have in Neptune, it really comes out. So I'll use myself as an example. I have Neptune in Sagittarius. I am a very spiritual person. Um, uh, Everything I do revolves around a ritual. I also have Neptune in the second house, right? I also have Neptune in the second house. So the way that I make my money is a ritual. It not only is it spiritual, but it's a ritual. And I'll say this, aside from YouTube, because I don't make any money off of YouTube, right? Aside from YouTube, at work, everything that I do at work, far as my cooking, involves a deity. I have a deity in my kitchen. I have a spirit in my home kitchen. I am a kitchen conjurer. I do a lot of rituals that involve a lot of herbs, okay? If I ever want to cleanse anything, expose any type of illusion, Neptune energy, it is going to involve a ritual. Everything I teach over here is a ritual. Everything. Okay. North Node is about redirecting your soul's purpose, your dharma, okay? Your destiny. Which way are you going towards? Now that false layers are gone, right? Who are you serving? Who are you serving? North Node energy. Who are you serving? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving God? Are you serving demonic energy? Are you serving the culture? Are you serving black people, white people, Egyptian people, in other pantheons, other cultures, other religions? Who are you serving? That is what. And it's so crazy, because a lot of people do not tie North Node into service work. However, we have our great debts and we are indebted. So my great debts, I went over this with you guys. One of my two great debts is my ancestral debt and my God debt. Okay, I have ancestral debt and God debt. Who am I serving? I am serving my ancestors and I am serving my gods. Okay. And then it says, who are you really serving? Okay. If you're not in alignment, this is what you're going to say. I am serving myself. I am worried about myself. North Node is not about selfish work. It's about moving into alignment to clear to know what your purpose is. And everybody has to work. Everybody has to work, okay? All right. It is karmic liquidation season. All right. When we are saying that you are, y'all, now that I said it, y'all about to see a whole bunch of other people hear it and say it, because this is how it goes. Once the Sagittarius says it, once the Scorpio says it, once the Pisces say it, once the Aries say it, what's the other one? Once a Virgo say it, this is just how the algorithm goes, okay? I said Pisces, I said Virgo, I said Scorpio. A Taurus maybe too, but Tauruses really don't speak up in a timely manner. They like to gatekeep a lot. So don't be mad at me, Taurus, but whatever. If you have a Taurus moon, you know that you hiding stuff, okay? Sagittarius and Geminis also too. Geminis, they be taking forever to speak up too. They be gatekeeping. All right, don't be mad at me, Geminis, but y'all know that y'all be hiding shit, okay? I blame that on your other side, all right? But this energy is about liquidation season. So everything is flowing out. Y'all, I'm already, listen, oop, call me right out. Listen, I'm really let me not talk about myself, okay? All right, contracts are expiring. Contracts have expired, okay? Time is up. Time is up. Contracts have expired, especially with Pisces energy, with these particular signs being in Pisces. One thing about a Pisces is that it's going to yeah, when it's over, it's done. When it's over, it's done. You can, a Pisces energy in itself is 12th house energy. So when they're done, they really are done. And the thing is, it be other energies that surround that Pisces energies that's like, wait. Hold on to me, Pisces. Like, comfort me. You know, 12th house energy, comfort me in my delusion or whatever the case is, right? But the mask is slipping. Resets come because karmic timelines are literally closing, okay? Fresh dharmic assignments have been uploaded to the portal, to the grid, all right, to the spiritual grid, all right. What does that mean? That the timeline now says that you have to be in your purpose. You have to be in your purpose. If you've been doing a lot of karmic clearing, you've been doing a lot of shadow work, if you have, and this is so crazy because what Mercury retrograde is going to do, y'all, what Mercury retrograde is going to do these last couple months with this karmic reset with Saturn, Neptune, and North Node being in Pisces, and then Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius. Also, Mars is going to be in Sagittarius as well. So what's happening is so funny, is that if you don't be honest with yourself, Pisces energy, Saturn, Pisces, Neptune, Pisces, North Node, Pisces, if you're not honest with yourself, the universe will expose you. Why wait for the universe to expose you? So this is why I'm doing this right now. Why wait for the universe to expose you, right? So before I came on here, I literally said to myself, oh, they got me, right? Why wait for the universe to expose you? If you are creating something and it is not the right intention behind it, you're going to be exposed in that creation. If you are selling something, right? I'm going to use selling something. If you're selling something and your intention is only to make money, the universe is going to expose you, right? Not only is the universe going to expose you, but you're going to be building a bigger debt pile. And by the time January hits, you're going to have more debt than a person can really like handle, right? Now, the other thing is, just prayed about this last night, okay? The other thing is that the retrograde is going back. The Mercury is going to go back into Scorpio. All right. And Scorpio is all about other people's money. And with Mercury going into Scorpio, one thing about the two Mercury placements, Gemini and Virgo, is that they do not like to owe anybody. They don't like to owe anybody. So with that being said, here you are. So if you have created something that was to gain money, expect those people that you took that money from and it wasn't the right intention behind it, expect them to get a payout. Expect them to get a payout. And you're like, okay, well, that's fine. But that payment has to come from somebody. And guess where it's going to come from? It's going to come from you. It's going to come from the person that took. Okay? So, now, the clearing power void, okay? Scorpio and Taurus axis, okay? This right here is everything. We just finished the year of eclipses, and all of the eclipses, right? This was a crazy eclipse year, because everything, like, I'm talking about debt, right? I'm talking about money. I'm talking about Scorpio and Taurus energy. Scorpio deals with other people's money. Taurus deals with their own money, right? Just because you have these signs don't mean that this is the energy that you have. Okay, well, I give my own money, right? Or Scorpio, where do you have these placements at, right? Rich rising Empress, rich rising. Okay, where do you have these placements at? Where do you have Scorpio? Where do you have Taurus? If you have Taurus in the 8th house, you really picking up more Scorpio energy. You getting money from other people as opposed to building your generational wealth and that Taurus energy, right? So you have to see where you have these placements. If you have Scorpio in the 2nd house, you really don't like to borrow from people. You wanna get your own shit, okay? So, but we're finishing out the year of eclipses in Scorpio and Taurus. And I know I'm going kind of fast, y'all. I know I'm going fast. Just watch the video over and slow it down. All right? Watch the video over and slow it down. Okay? The eclipses took place in Scorpio and Taurus. All right? This was the axis, AXIS, of possession, loss, transformations, ever since 2022. How many of y'all have lost so much shit since 2022? Like, things that you was like, yeah, this is set in stone. I got this car. It's set in stone. Somebody bought me this car, and then boom, that car is gone. Now you over here paying a car note, right? Because now you got to get your own car. These are things that some people have lost homes and had to move back into their mom's homes. Some people in their dad's homes, places that they don't want to be in. This is that Taurus and Scorpio energy that has been playing out, and it's been ping pong, okay? These are now that the eclipses are done, the nodes are shifting towards Pisces and Virgo energy, and the energy shifts from who hurt me, right? Who hurt me, and what did that pain teach me about power, purity, and purpose? So, who hurt me, right? If somebody that hurt you has given you something, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. You get what I'm saying? And it's gone to the point of where, like, your power is coming into play. You're like, oh, I don't need that person to elevate. I don't need that energy. I don't need to build around pain anymore. Now I'm building around purpose, okay? That's what the eclipse really was teaching us. Anytime that energy got elevated, y'all know eclipse is about clipping shit out of your energy, right? Removing things out of your energy and finding purpose in whatever is happening. So if you had to go back to your mom house, that's because your mom probably hurt you, or someone in that house, or because that's our first karmic lesson. If you had to go back to your mom house, if your children had came back to your house, it was about learning to heal around pain. A lot of relationships have been it's been a lot of what is the word that I want to use? It's been a lot of communication in our relationships. And it's like, okay, well, let me understand where you're coming from. And that's the big thing too. Understanding where a motherfucker is coming from. Okay. That is our first level. That is our first assignment when it comes to having a relationship with anybody. That's Virgo energy. That's the mother. Understanding, compassion. You get what I'm saying? And so that's where we're shifting to in the next year with the eclipse that's going to happen. It's like, okay, I have to move this energy in a different type of way. All right. So this is also with this karmic reset. It says you passed your test, but what have you learned? And that is what spirit is questioning when Pisces, Neptune, and North Node comes into Pisces energy. Well, that's what Pisces is asking with Saturn, Neptune, and North Node being in Pisces. Whatever you learn. Okay, whatever you learn. And if you learned it, let's not keep reliving in the past. Okay, let's not keep reliving in the past. A lot of money has been under question. All right, did you really earn this? Is this really yours? Okay, if it's not yours, then let me figure out. There's a vault that we're tapping into, right? There's an abundance vault that we're tapping into. And like I said, a lot of lives ago when we did the mirror ritual, when we did the mirror ritual, I told y'all that I see so many mirrors floating up the street in the flood, right? And we ran into the building, and I was like, there's an abundance of reflections that are out there on the street that you guys have to go and get. You have to go pick up your own reflection. If you pick up a mirror and you don't see your face in the mirror, bitch, put the assignment down. Put it down. It's not your assignment. You get what I'm saying? And even though it looks abundant, you like, damn. So Alexis is getting a $50,000 transfer back into her name because that's how much money she was supposed to make this. Put it down. It ain't yours. It ain't yours. You see it? Okay, it belongs to somebody else. And don't be a hater. Okay, Pisces energy. Do not be a hater. Because if you are a hater, it's going to be exposed. Okay? Mercury Retrograde is saying we're exposing all things before the end of the, actually not even before the end of the year, January, because that's not the real new year, y'all. January is not the real new year. So if we really want to push the timeline, by time March, April, around Easter time, right? That's the new year. That's the new year, all right? Where really the planets getting to line up. Okay, what is it? The spring solstice is when it's the new year. Okay, around springtime sometime, and that's why they call it spring. So everything will be exposed, and you could be like, well, shit, you know what? I'm just gonna get this into that. But when the buildings start crumbling down, one thing that Saturn does when the buildings start crumbling down, baby, they don't just have these regular smuggler crumbles. They have these major tower moments. Major tower moment. And it's happening right now with the White House, the East Wing being demolished for a ballroom. I'm like, nigga, why are you building a ballroom and the government is shut down and you're remodeling your house? You're remodeling one of the oldest houses. Like, he's really demolishing it. Now, what happens if, I don't even know if I should say this, because Mars is also hitting in Sagittarius, right? And Mars is and y'all just hear me when I say this. Mars is also the weapons. Any weapons that are Any weapons that are made of steel is Mars energy. So what happens if that happened during this time? Okay, if something happened to that nigga during this time, and y'all know I'm talking about the White House dude, right? If something happened to him during this time, and this is where I'm talking about, like, my man, do you have an astrologer around you? Because the houses are falling. All houses built on false foundation is being exposed. Neptune energy in Pisces, right? It's being exposed. Saturn energy in Pisces. North Node energy in Pisces. What was really supposed to happen is getting ready to happen. Okay, it's already happening. And that's the thing. It's already happening. Y'all, spiritualists have been exposed. The churches have been exposed. Think about it from 2022. How many spiritualists y'all know that got exposed since 2022? How many false prophets have been exposed since 2022? How many tarot readers have been exposed since 2022? Okay? When did Miss Cleo go down? Like, I like Miss Cleo. She's a great entertainer, but like, come on. All right? So it's all about, I think he's too arrogant to care they would, right? What they would have to say. Okay? So Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is truth recalibration. I cannot talk, okay? Mercury retrograde is not just about technology. It's not about just technology. It's not about computers. It's not about it. I mean, it kind of is, but it's more of this computer. It's more of this computer, okay, as opposed to like this computer. All right, y'all. It's more of like this computer that's happening, and with it happening in Sagittarius, it's really about that computer. Okay, it's about that computer. We are all in a stimulated game. All right. Like, we're all in the stimulated game. I believe that divine sits up there and plays us like joysticks. Okay. And I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. I always felt like, God has a funny way of moving me around in this play. Y'all, I'm eating a muffin. Look at this muffin. It's a pumpkin muffin from the Kolache factory. I usually don't like pumpkin, but when I used to work at Panera Bread, I used to like the pumpkin tops. But okay. So, like I said, the computer is all about this, right? Rich rising, rich rising. The computer is all about your mind. It's not really about like this glitching or anything like that. You're going to notice that people in themselves are going to be glitching. Okay? People are going to be glitching. She said, I missed the Kolache factory so bad. Girl, I had to go there this morning. I could not make breakfast this morning for them kids. I couldn't. I just couldn't. So, because the mind is really rewriting itself, your thought process. A lot of people are questioning whether or not they should be doing something, when they're going to do it, how they're going to put it out, right? Do not move too fast in this energy. I'll give you guys an example. My oils, I was going to put them out October the 18th, right? I was going to put them out October the 18th. That's the day that I was going to put them out. But I didn't. This whole weekend was like, slow down. Like spirit basically came into my dream and told me, you're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. And I'm like, how am I moving too fast? And they was like, you're moving too fast. Like, you're going to get a speeding ticket. And I'm like, to me, I feel like I'm moving too slow. And I won't get too far into that because that's a whole nother dream for a whole nother day. And so I had to reset the energy. I have some things that I'm doing like 9 things at one time because y'all know I have my 9 arms going on, right? I'm doing like 9 things at one time. And I'm just, as a Sagittarius stellar, and I have Mercury in Sagittarius too, right? In my first house. I have Mercury in Sagittarius. I have Neptune in Sagittarius in my second house, right? So my first house and my second house, they're like this. My first house and 12th house is Scorpio energy, because we're not doing whole house signs here, okay? Obviously, right? So my if we were doing whole house signs, my Sagittarius would be in the second house. All right, y'all learn astrology before y'all try to correct me, okay? All right, I'm talking to the ops out there, okay? So my Mercury is like 24, 26, 27 degrees Sagittarius or something like that. I think it's like 24 degrees because it goes back to Scorpio. So this retrograde is actually this retrograde is hitting me so hard. All right. So if y'all see me glitching or whatever the case is, that's because I'm moving too fast. All right. Listen, that's because I'm moving too fast. And that's just me being honest. People are going to literally be glitching. So things that they may want to say or may not want to say, you end up saying it. You end up saying it anyway. All right. So take things as face value. Warning for tea. Listen, warning for tea. You're going to see a lot more exposure happening from November to January. A lot more exposure, especially when it comes to religion, organized religion, spirituality, and all of that stuff. You're going to see a lot more exposure happening. All right. A lot of people are telling on themselves, and a lot of people are making confessions. All right. A lot of people are going to be making confessions because they don't want the universe to expose them. But in reality, the universe and your higher self is working together, not against you, but to bring you into your true North Node energy, into your true destiny. So you can think that people are out to get you, and which is another thing that has been coming up. You know, I am quick to say a motherfucker is trying to play in my energy, and that it's an op out there that is. I am quick to say that when it comes to me, but in reality, it's just spirit saying, let's clean this up. I love when this happens low key. During these times, my dreams. Oh yeah, the dreams are insane. The dreams are insane and major deja vu. Major deja vu. I was sitting in a triangle with two other people. And I just looked at them and I was like, this is major deja vu. Like, I seen this placement take place. And you know, the dreams actually happen. We have more dreams. We have more dreams than we can remember. Okay. In the nighttime, I woke up at least 4 times. And I only remember one dream happening, which was my car window being bust out. And I was saying, I said, oh, they got me. But I know exactly what that is. Because soon as I did it in real life, I just said before I came live, I was like, damn, they got me. They got me. Okay? So karmic energy got me real quick. And I cleaned that shit up real quick. Okay? I corrected myself. They got me. All right? So collectively is forcing the karmic reset collectively is forcing a massive belief detox. Old spiritual systems, leaders, and ideas are being exposed. People are realizing how much of their karma was actually conditioning, projection, and ancestral fear. Okay, not divine judgment. Okay, not divine judgment. A big ritual that I did for everybody. You know, if you come on this channel, you was a part of the ritual. I don't care if you watch me for 5 seconds, you was a part of the ritual. When it comes to like ancestral work, Sagittarius energy is the closest to the ancestors. And so without y'all's permission, without y'all's actual physical permission, I'm saying physical permission because I don't give physical, I do give physical permission to share certain things that you physically tell me. But like when it comes to like ancestors and stuff like that, if you have a high vibrational ancestor that is in the energy that is constantly working with you, I pick up on it. I pick up on it. And when I say high vibrational ancestor, this just means that that ancestor is not causing chaos, right? It's not causing chaos in your life. If that ancestor is causing chaos in your life, I do a lot of work in other dimensions. So I'm moving that ancestor at a distance. Okay? Like at a distance until, like, when I say at a distance, I'm going to say like sending them to go get their real true assignment as opposed to keep trying to hold on to your life. So if you feel as if like in the last couple months, like, damn, I haven't being as connected with my cousin that passed away 2 years ago, that's because that cousin was trying to live through you. And so maybe something that you were trying to, maybe your cousin really wanted to do nails or something. This is just an example because this is a cousin of mine's, right? That had to go and sit down somewhere. All right. That cousin really wanted to do nails. And then all of a sudden you're interested. You're like, you know what? I'm about to be a nail tech. That's not your destiny. That's not your destiny. That's really your cousin that you keep calling on to do your spiritual warfare and battle with your mom or battle with your aunties or battle with her mama, her aunties, or whatever the case is. No, we're clearing that energy out. So this is like you getting your true calling, not like your ancestral calling. Okay? We have ancestral debts to pay back, but we don't pay them back by being our grandmother, by being our mom, being our dad, being our cousins. We don't pay them back like that. We pay them back by fulfilling our destiny. Because at the end of the day, the high vibrational ancestors, they want us to be happy and they want us to be paid. Okay? They want us to be happy and they want us to be paid. But they're not going to do they're really are not supposed to be doing anything that's going to create more karma, so that when we're all reborn together and we in that family dynamic again, that it's like, damn, we're in a toxic relationship because we got all these debts to repay back. That's not how high vibrational ancestors work. Okay? So we're not going to keep addressing the same karmic contracts that your aunties, your cousins, your uncles, your dads, your moms want you to keep addressing. Like, you want me to keep fighting with your brothers and sisters because you didn't have the balls to say half the shit that you want to say when you were here on this earth. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my bloodline. I'm going to heal my bloodline, and I'm going to create things that are going to not necessarily expose the bloodline, but expose it to its true inheritance. 1010, okay? All right. So, Pluto in Aquarius, right? So this is another transit that is happening that is very collective. Aquarius is about the culture. It's about the collective. It's about your neighbors. It's about your social media. It's about, who you're really connecting with, right? So Pluto that's happening in Aquarius is a collective power transfer. Let me say that again. A collective power transfer. Collective power transfer. I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay. My Aquarius is in Jupiter. Well, my Jupiter is in Aquarius. And so this is going to be a very abundant transfer for me. If you work with me, you fuck with me, stick with me, because I plan on getting us all paid. Okay? I plan on getting us all paid. I plan on playing with the stock market with my husband, with my Aquarius sun husband, my Jupiter Aquarius husband. We plan on playing in the stock market, okay? So if you really fuck with me, like, let's get this money. Let's get this check for real in the right way, all right? In the right way. So this is a collective power of transfer, okay? Pluto, the planet of deep karmic transformation, enters into Aquarius. And that is not a small thing. That's not a small thing, y'all. Even though Pluto is super tiny, it's not a small thing. This is one of the most powerful planets. It's so powerful that they don't even really want to acknowledge as a planet. Okay? That's how powerful you are. You're so small that they don't even want to acknowledge you, right? They're like, damn. And the crazy part is, I ain't even gonna talk about it, okay? I ain't even gonna talk about it, okay? So every time Pluto shifts signs, the world resets power structure, okay? So when Pluto was in Capricorn from 2008 to 2024, the power was vertical, okay? Authority figures, institutions, the colleges, the government system, they were in power. Now it's like give the power back to the people. So that is what Pluto in Aquarius talks about, is giving the power back to people. We got 5 minutes, y'all. Okay, so now that Aquarius is in Pluto, this talks about the power becoming horizontal. It's going back to the communities, the collectives, and the networks. Okay, your particular networks, who you're networking with, your collective. This is what I talk about giving back. So, like I said, who are you serving? That was the era after the recession too. Yes, ma'am. And we're you know what? The community actually goes through a lot of recessions. And they don't talk about it because one thing about the energy being in Capricorn, Capricorn doesn't move off of quote unquote fear, even though they fear us with Corona. Let's use that for example. All right. But people that had certain placements, right? They always knew they wasn't gonna die from the coronavirus. They always knew. Like me, I'm not gonna die from the coronavirus. Like that's not gonna be the thing that takes me out. Okay. No type of disease is going to take me out. When y'all hear that I died, y'all gonna hear like, yeah, that bitch was set on fire, drowned, did a roll around, flipped 10, 20 times off the side of the freeway, still didn't die, and had to get CPR. And then she was like, fuck it. Because in order to come back, she probably wasn't gonna have no legs. That's gonna be the type of shit that take me out. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be something fucking dramatic. It ain't gonna be a virus that is man-made. Nothing man-made is going to take me out, okay? Not it's gonna be something dramatic. So people that's like me, that is like, yeah, I got sick before the corona hit because that was my body warning me. A lot of people that knew that they weren't going to pass, and I apologize. I don't apologize, but condolences to anybody that lost anybody through the corona. I lost family members as well too, but they're reborn. They're back here. I lost the auntie. I know she in the energy. I lost a couple people, during that time. Okay. But, there were people that got sick before corona even hit. And that was your body and your mind and your God telling you like, hey, prepare. It's something dark and heavy. Okay. I started Black University. I started educating all of the kids in my neighborhood when corona hit. And they was like, well, you gonna have all these kids in the house? Yes, they need to go to school still. Yes, we're gonna have Black University. I called it BP, like the gas station, okay? I actually knew we were going to have a worldwide pandemic like a year before. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know it was gonna be a worldwide pandemic, but I knew that they was up to something. I don't think I ever used the word pandemic. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Are we getting some money from that? Like, that sounds like some money. And we did get some money. Okay, stock market was crazy. People was buying tissue. I was buying GameStop. Okay, people was buying tissue. I was buying what's the other one that hit? I bought Bitcoin. I bought salt. I got an Aquarius husband, so he like, what the fuck you doing with them credit cards? Like, bitch, I'm like, I'm about to go get tissue. He like, what? We got somebody that worked at Sam's. We about to get tissue for free. We had somebody that worked at a water place, so we had stacks of water that fell off the back of a truck, and we had like a shitload of tissue that fell off the back of a truck. So it's like, all right, so what we doing with it? What are you doing with these credit cards? Okay, can we get some food stamps around this bitch? All right, so This is a karmic redistribution of power, okay? If you have now with this particular placement, right? Pluto going into Aquarius, y'all. I talk about the exposure part, right? We got 2 minutes, all right? If you have abused control, you will lose it. Okay? You will lose it. You're going to lose it. All right? This is why I'm not really worried about like exposing anybody anymore, because the universe is doing its job. The universe is doing its job. Karma does not move on our time. We have taken people to court. We have called judgment on multiple different people. Even if you haven't, your ancestors have, your deities have. So this is why we don't really need to panic. You know, I'm just like giving the energy of it. All right. So when you see things falling apart, where you see people that have tried to control you, control your narrative, control your story, tell your motherfucking story, they're going to be losing their mind. Okay. And we're not even going to label it as spiritual psychosis anymore, because I'm at this point right now where I'm like, these bitches are not going through spiritual psychosis. This is how they really are. This is who they really are. And they're going to be losing their motherfucking minds. They're going to be losing their minds and their connections. Like, we're not going to keep labeling it as something that, you know, is going to excuse their behavior. No more excuses. All right. If you have been oppressed, right? Here you go right here. If you have been oppressed, if you have not been able to release the things that you have wanted to release, if you have not been able to create the things that you have wanted to create, because there's a weird bitch in the energy right here, right? There's a weird bitch in the energy that's speaking on you, that is doing things, that is going to the altar and repressing you, burning candles on you, all that. This is the time for you to rise, baby. You are going to rise. So just be patient with yourself, okay? Be patient with yourself. Create what you need to create. Don't feel like you're on anybody's timeline but God's, okay? But God's. That's it right there. You will rise. If you have been authentic, if you have literally been a authentic human being, right? Aquarius will give you a new platform. Okay? They will give you a new platform. I know this to be true because these are the downloads that I have been having. People are having new names. And it might not look like a new YouTube or whatever the case is. It can be the same YouTube channel, but it's giving you a new platform where you are walking into a door and you like, oh, hey, y'all graduated with me last year. Oh, hey, girl. So it's like a reunion. The doors that were closed, they're opening back up. I got chills right now, y'all. I just got chills. Like, they're opening back up. Connections are they like, damn, what took you so long to get over here, girl? I met you back in 2018. And I thought you was gonna be, I thought you was gonna be at the Essence Festival back in 2018. You like, nah, some shit came up. I wasn't able to make it. I don't know why I'm talking about the Essence Festival. I don't know. I always wanted to go and never went. Okay? All right? So this is like a new platform, new connections, okay? And the thing is, with this new platform, people aren't going to be talking about, they're not going to be talking about those people that you expose. They know that shit happened to you, you know, but on this new level, we're not talking about that old ass shit, them old ass people, whatever the case is. What's happening is they're like, damn, I remember you went through this, so let me give you this new opportunity. Y'all, the star card is sitting right here. The 10 of Pentacles, right? The star card and the 10 of Pentacles, is it another card up under here? No. Okay. And then it says fear is what's making you question it. I'm just going to show y'all be authentic. Okay. Now, the reason why God has not like given you the whole full play out, the whole ritual, here you go right here, is because those trauma things that you have went through will say, how could this, like, believing in a miracle. I never thought in a million years, I swear to God, y'all, I never thought in a million years that I would ever wake up and not feel like it's a war every motherfucking day. I gotta defend my name. I have to defend my products. I have to defend my energy, my spirituality. I have to over explain things. I never thought it would be a day like that. I never thought that I would purely wake up and want to teach. Like, okay, yeah, I do teach. I want to teach, but I also got some other bitches playing in my energy, stealing my shit, claiming that I'm doing shit to them or whatever the case is. I never thought it'd be a day where I'm like, I'm purely teaching every day. I know that that's coming. I know it. I seen it. Deja vu. Okay. I seen it. And that's how I felt this morning. I woke up and I was like, all right, let me get this, down right. Okay. Let me get this down right. Let me get the transits going. Let me put the transits together. It was nothing else. I woke up from a dream and I was like, oh, they got me, right? And I said that right before I came on because I was getting ready to do something. I was getting ready to do something that doesn't align with the karmic energy that I'm clearing out. And I was like, they got me. You got me fucked up. No, go back. All right. And I want to show y'all people names and numbers over here. Nope, I can't do it. Look, I can't do it. So from 7:40, I've been literally sitting up. That's what time this message came through. That I sent the message from my cell phone, the note from my cell phone to my thing was at 7:40. Okay, my kids go out the house at 7:35. So I was already putting this together. And this is how I woke up this morning. I was like, and that's why I couldn't cook breakfast this morning because of the download that I received to teach you guys, to tell y'all about this Mercury retrograde and this karmic reset. I was like, oh yeah, from 7:40, y'all, I was like, let me send it to myself. Let me send the notes that I've been putting in my phone. Let me send them to my iPad so that I could just really just give it to y'all straight up, okay? Now, the other thing that is happening is, right, that I want to talk about, right, is the moon and Jupiter being in Cancer, right? The moon and Jupiter being in Cancer. Beautiful energy, right? This is a very soft energy. The moon and Jupiter being in Cancer, this is something that your mom always wanted for you, okay? And when I'm saying your mom, y'all know I'm talking about the divine mom over here, okay? Y'all know I'm talking about the divine mom. This is something that I always wanted for the collective as well, too, okay? Intuitive mom, the divine mom, we are one. Y'all mamas, we are one, okay? This is something that your mother has always wanted for you from the time that before you were created in the womb, when you were up there with the divine mom and you received your assignment. This is what you're getting. I just got chills, y'all. This is something that she has always wanted for you, for your foundation, for your platform, for your life, was for you to be abundant. All right. And so with the moon and Jupiter being in the 4th house, this will soften the edge. It's divine, the divine mother, and it's ancestral nurturing. Okay. So this is like your past life moms as well too. All right. They're going to anchor the storm of this energy. Okay, they're going to anchor the storm of this energy. So they seen the storm coming. Everything that we've been through from 2008 to 2024, the beginning of 2025, they seen those storms happening. Everything, baby, everything. The deaths, the rebirths, the miscarriages, the abortions, the leaving home, the coming back home, the sacrifices you've made, the the losing of the cars, the losing of the houses, you basically losing all your clothes, people stealing from you, you over giving, all of these things, the trapped energy, the creations falling through, the businesses falling through, connections falling through. They seen and knew everything that was going to happen. What they did now was they said, okay, I'm going to put the house on stilts. I'm going to raise the house up. I got chills. I'm going to raise the house up to a level where it don't matter what storm come through. You're going to be steady. You're going to be anchored in everything. And this is why it has to be built off of truth. It has to be built off of truth, okay? And they're going to hold it down for you. They're holding it down. POP holding it down, all right? So the collective medicine is to slow down, nourish, and rebuild your roots, okay? That is the collective's medicine. Slow down, nourish, and rebuild your roots. My ears are ringing now, okay? Like ringing. So slow down, nourish what you really want to give. Those that you are serving, whether it's your ancestors, whether it's your deities, whether it's humanitarian, whether it's the animals, whether it is nature in itself. I think I said nature, but whatever it is that you are truly planting, okay? Whatever you are truly planting, you have to nourish it, okay? You have to pat the ground. You got to put the fertilizer down there. That's AKA drop the shit, okay? Drop the shit, all right? And you got to pat. You got to water your seeds, okay? Every day, water your seeds. Every day, all right? There's no such thing as overwatering a spiritual plant. There's no such thing, all right? So do y'all mantras, y'all. Do y'all mantras. Sagittarius energy is about mantra work. My cat is in my window in my room. I hear him knocking some shit down. Okay. So it's all about spirituality. Ninth house is about spirituality and ancestral. Y'all burn y'all some ancestor money, invest in some ancestor money, and we're going to start over. If it not start over, but we're gonna start where we're at. Y'all walked in a room filled with ancestors, filled with deities, filled with love, abundance, connections. People that's like, oh, my nigga, you made it. You made it to this level. Okay? Congratulations. All right, to everybody that has been doing the work. Congratulations to everybody that has been doing the work. That's where my moon is, and you will feel it most definitely. You will feel it most definitely. Congratulations. And just keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in yourself. Even on the days where you like, I don't think I did enough today. The Dowser rods really confirmed for me that the little bit is enough. The little bit is enough. Okay. The other thing too, because I know I still have one particular karmic. I got more than one karmic on here, right? But I know I still have this one particular person that watches my my videos. I just started twitching, y'all. I have this one particular person that watches my videos. I have to ask before you go. You are all elite employees, okay? Okay? Ask, Lori, what you asking, okay? This one particular person that watch my videos and get information. I know you still don't like me or whatever, which is all good in the hood or whatever the case is. I most likely don't like you either. All right, I don't like some of the things you said. You never take accountability, but we ain't gonna keep doing that, okay? Let me say this first before I answer your question. Lori, let me say this. So that particular person, I really think that, like, if you keep coming over here, I really think that you should do the work. Okay, I really think that you should do the work. Don't keep listening to see if I'm going to address something karmic with you or if I'm going to read your energy or anything like that. You come over here, you get your energy read. Okay, you come over here, you get your energy read anyway. Now, what I keep doing is I keep holding back all of that karmic mess that you want me to expose in your energy. Yes, I'm reading your energy. I am reading your energy, and I'm trying to encourage you to do the work. Just like, Spirit has directed me to, so I'm doing my work. And my work isn't going to be downgraded because you are not rising up to the level of expectations over here. I do have high expectations for the people that come over here and do their work. All right, because the reason why I have high expectations is because the deities that we work with are are top notch, get the most out the lesson. Okay. So I do think that maybe you should really consider, if you're drawn to me and you keep watching me, I think maybe you should consider, you know, not switching pantheons, but just know that if you remain in the pantheon that you're in, you're going to stay in your South Node energy that thinks that it's supposed to keep exposing other people, when in reality it's exposing you. Okay. So I think that you should, you know, maybe look up one of these Hindu gods. And to be honest, I would really kind of go towards Krishna consciousness, Krishna, read the Bible Gita. I would go towards that. I would stay away from like Kaliman and whatnot. I would stay away from Kaliman, even though Kaliman's with all of us. But like, I know you're not gonna go towards Mandurga. I don't feel that in your energy, but this is just me reading it down for you. I really think that like you should go towards Krishna, you know, so that whatever is attached to you, it can actually clear off of you. And you can understand what those attachments, how they're getting into your energy. Okay. If not like Krishna, then maybe go towards Mandurga, because maybe it's the lack of motherly love that keeps you coming to my page and hoping and praying that I acknowledge you, or that I say something that is going to give you some type of feedback to go on to your page. I'm not going to, you know, plant those seeds. So, you know, Mandurga will give you real true downloads, and she'll help you build your self-esteem back up. That was the very first deity that you was so against me putting out there, you know, was Mandurga. And I think that, you know, Mandurga probably can help you. She can. Not probably. She can. You said on one of your lives, on one of your last lives in the housekeeping, about selling dowser rods. What's going on with them? No, I'm not selling dowser rods. I'm not selling dowser rods. I have an oil that will help your divination tools, but I'm not selling dowser rods. I'll send you a link so you can you can purchase a pair of dowser rods. Okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll send you a link. I got mine off of Amazon. I have 2 different pairs off of Amazon. I have a pair that I use live, and then I have a pair that I use for myself to close up portals. And they're no different. They're just different energy. I don't want anybody like really looking at my other pair. So the ones that I use live, they were under spiritual attack before. So yeah, I know it's time. Okay, yeah, I'll send you a pair. Thank you so much. Well, I'll send you a link. Okay, they're not expensive either. So y'all, it's 10 o'clock. I said I was gonna be on time for work. I'm not on time today, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead, check out of here. I love y'all, and y'all have a wonderful day. And again, that particular person that I was talking to or whatnot, y'all check out Mandurga. I'll put a link in my description on where you can start if you don't want to, you know, start with what I gave back then. If you don't want to start with what I gave. So I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. And yes, have a great rest of my day at work. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all.